if I'm feeling discomfort, I take this as a sign that there's something wrong, not with me, something wrong with my spouse. I could say something wrong with the relationship, but there's something wrong with my spouse. Okay? But what is this discomfort I'm feeling? There's a need to start growing. We both have to start growing within the confines of this relationship. Dr. Abraham Twersky describes it in the following way. He says that, he tells a little story. He said he was in a dentist's office, and he picks up a book about crabs. And he says, I'm not sure I want to read about crabs while waiting for the dentist to do root canal work, but he starts reading about crabs. And the story about the crabs, the biological cycle of the crabs, is when they feel a discomfort, it's a sign that they have to shed their outer shell. So they go under a rock, and it's a very short process. They shed the outer shell, and very quickly they get another shell, which is a bigger shell, to accommodate the growth that they've just gone through. And then sometime later, when they feel discomfort, again, it's a sign to again go under another rock, to hide somewhere else, shed that shell, and take on a larger shell. And he says it's a good thing that crabs don't go to psychiatrists and get Valium and Librium, otherwise they would never grow. So anyways, the point is, and it's true, when we feel this discomfort, we can pick up and run, and we can hide in another room, or maybe it's a time to start growing. Maybe it's time for us to start looking at ourselves and see, what am I contributing to this relationship? As opposed to saying, the problem is over there, the problem just walked in the door. You're saying, if I'm feeling a discomfort, what is it? What am I bringing to this relationship that's causing this discomfort? How am I looking at her? Why am I looking at her like this? Why am I responding like this? What happened to my amygdala when I was young? When I was growing up and had traumatic experience A, B, and C, which sits in my limbic system and is activated every time she walks in the door. Harwell Hendricks talks about the 90-10 theory. When you're activated, when you get upset, getting anxious, getting angry, it's 10% your partner. It's 90% you. We carry these minefields. She pushes these buttons, and we explode from time to time. She does something, or he does something, but it's 90% us. So it's an element of self-discovery. Then we go into the third phase, and the third phase, of course, is tikkun. Now, often the second phase is what we call nituk. Nituk, of course, in Hebrew means rupture. Disengagement or rupture. And it's interesting, if you take the letters nituk and rearrange them, you come up with tikkun. Phyllis Diller said, never go to bed angry, stay up and fight. Well, no, we don't want to stay up and fight. When you're feeling angry, when you're feeling this discomfort, that's a message. That's a message to start dealing with things and start growing. Because every relationship is going to go through this. Of course, we can cut out, we can divorce, we can, abandon, we can bail out, as a lot of people do. The divorce rate, heaven knows, what's 50%? People aren't dealing with relationship. I would just end by saying that a famous psychologist named John Gottman said that the best predictor in a relationship that they're going to stay together is not how much or how little they fight and scream and holler, but the time it takes them to make up. Okay, I conceive it as a train that's gotten off the track. How long does it take you to put the train back on the track and keep going?
Okay.